welcome back to Journey to Ragnarok. This is session 37. Last we left off, the party made their way into the realm of the dwarves, where they fought some dwarves for a shiny medallion. They beat the dwarves thanks to some very, very strong rules, which have since been changed, which I will go over. The maximum damage still remains. However, where was it? Did I not pin this message? Oh, yes, I did. For Nidavellir, poison is your augmented spell type, and acid is your negated spell type, rather than everything being augmented and like two things being negated.
And it's double damage dice, not max.
Augmented spells will double your damage dice. Negated spells will have all damage.
Yep.
Rather than maxing everything and reducing everything. But you fought dwarves, you killed the dwarves, you found a medallion. Only Ezekiel speaks Dwarvish, so only Ezekiel knows what's up with it. So there's that going for you. Yeah, you're pretty sure you're the bad guys, that's correct, and you're walking towards some good ol' fire in the distance, which, let's see, I had a thing for this. Where did it go? Here we are. You're walking across the quiet and windy and very dark. None of you can see. I do believe you have light up, but it is very dark. And you are walking towards the site of lava. What? I cannot speak today. Lava.
Well, that over there's lavia.
Yeah, lava in the distance. Can you all please roll me perception checks? Dang, Gudrun. Dang, Tobias.
That's not even a good dang. Like, that's like an average dang for Gudrun.
Yeah, that is a 10.
Yeah.
So...
Look, it's like mom has eyes in the back of her head, except it's grandma has eyes in the back of her head, you know? So she sees everything.
Well, she does I think she quite literally has an eye in the back of her head.
And they probably don't even belong to her.
That's morbid. So everyone but Gwyn can hear and see. There seems to be a small light source, maybe 50, 60 feet away from you all. And again, everyone but Gwyn can hear the similar tink, tink, tink of hammer on anvil.
Ezekiel, I forget, did you actually share with us what the dwarves said as they were dying?
So, maybe this is a good time to bring this up as we're meandering all over there. So, he said something along the lines of, please, Odin and above, give us the medallion. We need it. And... okay, I'm not gonna lie. My Durgar is a little rusty. They got a pretty heavy accent. But
What's an accent in writing?
Sorry, one more time. Good.
How is there an accent if it's written down? Like, did they write it like y'all or something?
Well, they spoke to me.
Oh, never mind. I thought you said it was written down. I don't understand shit.
Right. Anyway, it says the medallion will save, and I have a hard time discerning between people and cattle. Their accent. You see, the two dwarven words are quite, similar to each other, and if you say it the wrong way, you can be cattle or people, or sheep. For some reason.
People.
You think it's people?
Sheeple.
Sheeple. Oh, maybe there's some sheep people. Oh,
Mm-hmm.
okay. Anyway, long and short of it, we may not be in the right. High possibility or non-zero possibility that we may have committed an oopsie daisy. A little bit of an oops, just a touch.
Great.
Like
And
a big
also-
oops or like a little oops?
Well, we just killed a bunch of people, so I'm
Mhm.
thinking it's a big oops.
I mean, they attacked us first,
And,
for the record.
you know, not to be whatever the word misogynistic, but in their culture, I do think a lot of the guys are the main breadwinners, and so that might hurt them quite bad. We did take out quite a few.
First, I feel no guilt.
Fair, okay, you know. Anyway, so let's not mention this. We might come across them again. Let's just say we found this. Let's get a story straight. Where we found this on there, they were already dead when we got there. What are we saying?
I don't know. Are we going to need these people on our side?
Well,
Can we just kill more of them?
Okay.
I'm just saying it's an option.
It is an option. That is true. On a list of options, it is on it.
It's not technically a lie if we tell them we found it.
True. That
But
is true.
I do highly recommend that if we are going to go any route that is not the pure honest truth of, oh my goodness, I'm so sorry, we killed everyone, we let Astrid talk.
Yes.
Right. Astrid is very good at lying.
Yes.
Are you guys walking the entire time you're having this conversation, or have you stopped?
I think have we gotten close to where they are? Like where other people might be?
Well, that's my
I don't think
that's
we
my
talked-
question.
they were-
Are you guys continuing walking towards the familiar sound of hammer and anvil, or have you stopped?
So I think we would have stopped when
think
we
we stopped.
stopped.
Because
We
this
would've
is
stopped
important.
when we
Okay.
realized, oh shit, we got to come up with a story.
Yeah, sorry. I've been kind of sitting on simmering on this for the last 3 hours.
I would like to have my head on a swivel just to try to make sure nobody's sneaking up on us or overhearing this.
Oh, shit, I didn't know you could do that.
Give me another perception.
Okay.
18. You look around again. You know, you do have your lights up from Gwyn, so you can see at most, you know, maybe 20 feet away from you. Beyond that 20 feet of light, it seems to be like pitch darkness.
Okay.
So within at least that 20 feet of light, you know, you maybe put your ear out, you look, you don't see anything, you don't really hear too much. You might hear an occasional flutter of wings in the distance. It doesn't sound close.
Okay. What I would suggest is first we read the room. And again, I have to ask, do we need these people on our side for anything? And perhaps if we do a little read of the room, somebody can give me a little code word or something to let me know whether I should be going with the truth or not so much.
I can help read the room.
Okay.
I'm not a big fan of lying, but
Me neither in this case.
refresh my memory. When they spotted us, didn't they say something along the lines of they've got the medallion, kill them?
It could have been something along those lines, I think.
Nobody
I
would know
think-
but Ezekiel.
Again, they got a pretty heavy Durgar accent, so the words... Dwarvish has a lot of words that sound similar to other words.
We acted with the information that we had, and it was.
And they
in
did attack
self-defense.
first.
They did attack first.
That is true.
Yeah.
They did attack first.
So that's my inclination is to go with that. Are we all okay with that?
My
I mean, I'm-
conscience will rest easier
my,
knowing
my,
that.
my conscience is fine
Mm.
with lying. Mostly because I do not want to. Yeah, know what
I
a- you
don't
know what a-
have a whole lot of trouble lying, but this is a blood debt kind of situation.
like. Do you all know what a flying eagle is?
That's an eagle that. Wait,
Eagle
don't
that-
most eagles flies?
Hmm.
Do you know what a flying eagle is?
I do. I do know. This is a different kind of eagle. Let's just say you don't want to become a flying eagle, okay? And they will make us into flying eagles. You don't want to know what it is. You don't want to become it. All right.
Okay. Gwen?
I just need to jut in real quick, and I'm glad that Ezekiel has maybe used the wrong term here because it's very for Ezekiel. Are you talking about the blood eagle?
Yes, I am.
Okay, I just wanted to make that clear.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Can Gwen maybe understand what he's saying?
I have no idea what that is.
The funniest part of all this is that canonically we would have no idea what the hell an eagle is. They only live in North America.
It's true.
So
I do.
So I'm gonna post a video in our Discord. The blood eagle is like a torture on your greatest enemy while they're still alive. You rip off their back skin, cut their spine out, and flay their lungs over their shoulders while they're still alive, and then string them up so they look like an eagle, like their lungs.
Wonderful.
Look like wings. Yeah, and the clip
I love that.
The clip I just posted has a spoiler for the TV show Vikings, but that has it shown.
Oh, I remember skipping that part in Vikings. Okay.
Yeah,
don't want to be it. You don't want to be
very violent,
Okay.
very brutal. Gwyn, you know exactly what it is.
Mm-hmm.
Very famous
Gwyn?
Viking torture.
Gwen? Thoughts?
No.
Okay.
So we're lying.
we're lying.
No, at
Yeah.
the moment you're voting for lying, Gwen?
I'm voting for lying. If this is the if this is the end result of this whole scenario, I would rather lie and lie and lie and lie.
Yeah, the worst part is they got clerics, so they could heal you up and do it all over again. So
It's
that's
also
Oh God!
It's whether Astrid was privy to it or not. It's very likely that Asbjorn did this to his enemies in the past.
Oh yeah, for real.
Not very likely, most definitely likely.
Probably. He's no saint for sure.
He is a king.
You gotta bring the factions together one way or another, and he used all of them. So, okay, so we have 2 for lying, 2 for truth. Gudrun, what did you weigh in as?
I think I currently weighed in as we could kill them all, which I feel like goes for the bad plan of either direction.
Okay, thanks. That's helpful. So helpful. So Astrid gives Tobias just a long look with a raised eyebrow.
All right. There is another way to check this. Tobias is gonna sit down on the ground and pull out some ritual ingredients so that he can cast what is it? Augury. Oh wait, no. Do I not have augury anymore? I thought I had it. Hold on, my whole plan might have just been thrown out the window.
I see what you're putting down though, and I like
I
it.
have augury. Yeah. Okay, so I'm gonna cast augury, and I'm going to just throw that onto here. By casting gem inlaid sticks, rolling dragon bones, etc., etc. You receive an omen from an otherworldly entity about the results of a specific course of action you plan to take within the next 30 minutes.
Okay.
Okay.
So I'm going to say we will tell the truth.
Okay, good. All right.
So you're gonna.
Very
So
specific.
the next course of action is telling the truth that the dwarves attacked you, you killed them, and you have the medallion. If you run into any more dwarves.
Right.
Yes. And I think the general party consensus is we are willing to help them if they are not going to kill us. Right?
Okay.
Yeah. But that specific question is good. It narrows it down.
Yeah.
Should we tell the truth to these dwarves about this medallion?
Now with that, seems how they needed to save the. I guess it depends. Like they need to save the people. Now, would that be like preventing a disaster, saving the people, or like killing a bunch of other people, saving the people? I feel like a lot of context might be needed there.
Well, sure, but that's not what we're asking.
Okay.
And that's going to be a see what further information we get. But yeah, what we're saying right now is very specific.
Okay.
Okay. I'm going to respond with one of these, and I'm going to whisper it to you. I believe I just respond with wheel, woe, wheel, and woe, or nothing. I don't give you any other further information.
Right.
So I will whisper the bones, tell you this.
You guys see Tobias on the ground. He has both of his hands out. And he seems to be kind of making like the weighing gesture. It's like,
Oh no.
On one hand, there is some woe, which, that's to be expected, but there is weal, which tells me that it's not going to be just instant execution if there's anything good. I have to believe that whatever forces are controlling my augury right now aren't weighing, receiving a last meal as being equal to execution. So I am still keeping my stance of telling the truth, if there is good and bad.
Okay. So we proceed with caution. And how about this? Depending on the situation and how you voted one way or another, you can at least just express to me whether you are changing your mind or not. That's all you have to say. I've changed my mind.
All right.
All right. Do you guys get up and begin walking?
Yeah, and then as we get towards the edge of the village, I'd like to say, if they're invoking Odin's name to help them, perhaps we can invoke his name as well to guide us in this next exchange. I cast guidance.
Okay. You cast guidance and you begin walking.
On whom?
You.
Thank you.
As you get closer with your light source, Ezekiel, saw it from miles away. The others,
Yeah, I'm good.
The others, to the sound of what might be a village, you see a single workshop and a very familiar dwarf behind that workshop.
Oh, god damn it.
All right.
You see
my
behind
word.
the workshop is your good buddy, Eitri.
Adri, guten Tag.
He pops up and he obviously sees you first. He sees all of you. But you see him first, even from 50 feet away. And you hear oh, Ezekiel. Oh, hello everyone. You guys don't see him, but you. Oh, Tobias. You speak Dwarven? This
entire time. He just wasn't listening.
So you all hear in common, and Gwyn? What?
Actually, I do too.
What happened, guys? What happened here last session?
I think we swapped out some stuff that you let us swap out. Because of...
Last session I asked who here speaks Dwarvish. I got one answer.
No. I would have said it because I specifically made this character to understand every language.
I will say, at the very least, I was the only one nearby the dying man.
That
so
is true.
That still tracks.
Yep.
But all
Absolutely.
of you, even if you don't see him, all of you hear a familiar voice shout out, "Oh, hey, friends!"
Guten Tag, Sidri!
How's your journey been? And as you get closer, you guys can begin seeing the workshop, the small little workshop, and the dwarven man behind the hammer and anvil.
So it is wonderful seeing you. We have had a time here. Whew. Do you happen to know where a nearby Durgar civilization might be, and approximately the number of those people in that civilization?
Oh yeah, sure. What are you going there for? He kind of shivered and says, bad memories.
Well, we got this thing, and who's got the metal thing?
Pretty sure it's you.
Oh, sorry. I'm pointing. I'm like waving my hand around, and it's like wrapped around my forearm. Like, who has the medal? Oh, sorry. We got this thing, from a pack of them. Totally. Wait, are we being straight with Sindri?
You say that
I mean,
I would certainly prefer to.
Question,
Yes.
I think it's too late now.
Yeah, Tobias is kind of just looking at Ezekiel, like, kind of like incredulously.
Yeah, I think we should do that.
Okay, all right. So, yeah, we found this medal. One of us did. Yeah, I think you can guess who. We picked it up, and out of literally goddamn nowhere, a bunch of these Durgar pop up and say something along the lines of either, please give us the amulet, or we'll kill you, or kill them and let's take the amulet. Anyway, fight ensues. We have a hard-fought time, slaughtered a lot of them. And the last one, unfortunately, didn't get this out before this point. Upon his deathbed, told me, please get this to my people, or sheep, or cattle. You know that word. They have accents. Point is, they need this amulet real bad, and at worst, they need it real bad.
Whoever's close enough, like if you guys are all at his table, you can give me insight checks.
I'll roll insight, sure.
I've only rolled 9s and 10s since we started, so I'm just being extremely average.
So again, everyone but Gwyn see a look of somewhat concern on the dwarf's face, and he kind of like reaches towards the medallion and like holds it for a second as you're still holding it and says, well, you haven't ran into any elves, have you?
Why would we run into the elves?
Well, wars have been fought on less for things like this.
Oh, what the hell? What you mean?
Well,
You think I should...
well, I can say that things like coveting medallions is why I left Nidavellir. Here Fafnir tends to kill things, to kill people for things like this, and if you run into any elves, don't let it get in their hands either.
What? Can you, by perchance, tell me what the fuck I have around my forearm?
Let me see.
Wait, Eitri, did you just say don't let it get into their hands either? So the elves shouldn't have it, and these dwarves shouldn't have it either?
I don't know. Yeah, it's probably best that no one has it. Fafnir,
I mean, except me, right?
well, if you've heard the stories, he's one to kill for gold. I mean, if you're really going to the kingdom, you might be able to use it as a bargaining chip, but whatever you do not give it to the elves.
All right. But yes, if you could tell us a little bit more about it, we would be grateful.
Like, is this am I holding the, what am I holding? What do I have, Sindri?
Let's see, I'm gonna roll a check for him.
Can I
Can I also roll a check too?
should I hide in Pocky? Pocky's good at holding on to things.
I will allow an Arcana check from Gwyn. It's going to be a disadvantage.
Okay, so I have
with your advantage, it would cancel out.
Okay, so it's just gonna
Can
be
I
the
do history?
first roll. 19.
Ooh.
19. Okay. Maybe I shouldn't roll for my important NPCs who are meant to know this stuff because I just got a natural 1. Which I can honor it, or I can be, a little cheatsy doodle and say he knows it anyways, because he is a master craftsman.
I mean, it would that makes sense to
I
me.
think it would make sense that he would know it.
Yeah, because he would know. He is from here. So 19. When you've spent your time studying ancient artifacts, and so you know what it is as Eitri is speaking it out, and he says, if you look here, the markings, and he points out some runes on it. He says, this is one of the many ancient Dwarven artifacts made by the rune master Hor that has been since lost in one of the various wars between the dwarves and elves. And he kind of looks at all of you with a look of like, do I really want to be telling you this right now? And Astrid, actually, because you were about to speak, can you give me an insight check?
Sure.
It's really more like, do I really want to be telling Ezekiel about this?
Okay.
Why wouldn't you want to be telling Ezekiel about this? What do you
I'm
mean?
gonna come over and just put my hand on his shoulder, and he's a dwarf, right?
Yeah, so he's
just lean down and whisper, I understand that you don't want this information in the wrong hands. And also perhaps literally in the wrong hands, the object itself. So, if you would like a distraction so that you can tell Gwyn, I'm happy to do that.
Give me a
what are we talking about?
Persuasion with advantage.
Okay.
Ezekiel just slides in. Look at what we talking
No, I
about.
am watching for that.
What's this buddy circle about?
Way. Listen, I'm asking out for a date. Go away.
Gudrun just doesn't even notice. She's just like looking around.
Gudrun's staring at all the eyes. Just as fascinated by them.
Boom,
yeah,
baby.
24. He kind of sighs and like openly says, I'll keep that in mind, but no, it's okay. Ezekiel, you deserve to know the history of our people.
Damn right I do.
Considering I'm the one who taught you that you could move through realms, it's only appropriate
Damn
that
right
I
you
tell
do.
you this. You see this artifact that you hold in your hand?
Mm-hmm.
It is said that when the light of Yggdrasil is shown on it, that it will cast open a shadow of the Black Yggdrasil and open a mockery of the Bifrost, that will lead the elves down here to their homeland, which no one wants. No one wants the elves down here to ruin the other realm.
Oh.
And so the fact that you have it in your hands means you are the most wanted group in Nidavellir right now as we speak, and I probably shouldn't be seen
Okay.
with you.
No, hey, listen, you can move around places, right?
Yes, that doesn't mean I should be seen with you. And he immediately like turns around and starts stuffing stuff into like boxes and packs.
Oh, hold on.
Then
hold
you
on. Hey,
destroy it.
How about you take this with you? I'll start like pushing it in his bag as he's taking it out.
He's like, no. And he pushes back on you, and he looks at you, Astrid, and he says, with the enchantments on it, I can't.
Who can?
Who would?
Odin?
Oh,
Sorry,
ain't that a pickle? We just came from there.
did you say Odin? Sorry.
Yeah, yes. Maybe. These are ancient runes.
I think he meant it more like metaphorically, like nobody can. You know, when you're like, oh yeah, well Odin could do it. So that's like a.
At some point,
Not
Gudrun will
literally.
sit down and talk about how metaphors work, but I see what you're asking.
Really, it's just best that you either throw it in the deepest, darkest pit and make sure it can never be found,
Hmm.
or just leave and don't come back. And forget it ever existed.
Oh,
And
right.
don't let the elves catch you.
Great. Do you have anything you could give us that might help with that? Because we have it.
I don't know of anything I can give you to help with that, but I finished Pretty Boy's armor set, and he points to Tobias.
Not wrong.
Hopefully it
Solid
helps
6.
against elven weapons.
And he turns around and says, "Now, I'm just gonna say to myself, you don't have what you're carrying, and go get the armor." And he turns around and reaches into a crate and pulls out an armor set that appears to be like it's studded leather as requested, but it has like this eerie greenish glow from within. And he hands you the Armor of Agony. It is a set of +2 studded leather. It grants necrotic resistance, and once per day, in response to getting attacked, you can unleash an explosion of necrotic energy in a 15-foot circle around you. All creatures in that circle must make a DC 15 con saving throw or take 3d10 necrotic damage.
That's
Amazing.
pretty cool. Okay, to clarify, when it says in response, does that mean I don't have to expend a reaction to do so, or I must still spend a reaction to activate
Similar to Hellish Rebuke.
Okay,
It'd be a
so
reaction.
yes. Okay. Just need to make sure so I'm not misplaying my abilities here. Okay, that is great. I'm going to add that to my inventory.
Incredible.
As Gwen's looking over the armor, her eyes get really big, and she turns to Sindri and says, "Master Dwarf, this is amazing."
Oh, thank you. Did you ever tell him whose soul it was?
No.
Yeah.
I don't think we did.
No.
Because
No,
his
we did
response
not.
would be like, I don't know whose soul you gave me, but whoever's it is, they're quite pissed. So, be careful.
I mean,
My
That-
runes
would
will
be-
keep it at bay,
I mean,
but
that-
he's quite angry.
That is what you asked for, right?
Oh yes, no,
Mhm.
the angry soul will benefit and empower the armor, but it
Mhm.
is mad. When I was working on it, it felt almost
Wait,
as
sorry,
if,
you asked for an angry soul, and you're surprised that the angry soul is mad?
yeah, we're
I
pretty
just
damn good at
clarified.
it.
Well,
Like,
I'm more
you don't- do you-
surprised that as I was working on it, it felt like it was trying to, well, really also was trying to escape back to where they come from, but it felt like something was pulling it.
That was an
I don't
incredibly
know-
dark statement you just said.
I don't know what. I can't tell you what. But hopefully whatever was calling to that soul, well, it's trapped in the armor now, so I hope I severed the connection for your sake. Yeah.
Oh, that makes what I'm about to inquire all the more prudent for me. But Master Dwarf, I was wondering what it would take to earn an apprenticeship under you.
I don't think I've ever had an apprentice. Do you know how to use a hammer and anvil?
It's nothing I can't learn.
Okay, that's
Astrid
a good
reaches
start.
over and like feels Gwyn's biceps.
Yeah, that's not.
Smack her hand away.
Sindri looks at that and says, "That's not very convincing."
Hmm.
Do you know how to gather ingredients across the various realms without, preferably, dying?
I mean, we got you a soul.
So far, so good.
I mean, she's got the big brains for that, for sure.
I'm also good at mixing things and contorting things, and I can change elements based on what I know, which can also be helpful when it comes to crafting.
All right. Well, how about this? This is a first for me. And he points his hammer way in the distance, which I think only Ezekiel really could see. Which, Ezekiel, you see a sprawling entrance to like a giant kingdom that is carved into the mountainside.
Man, that's pretty.
And he says, well, if you can get me some Nidavellir oil, yeah, I'll take you on.
All right, deal.
What does Nidavellir oil look like?
Well, you'll know when you see it because the entirety of
Nidavellir.
Nidavellir work with it. Which you asked earlier, Ezekiel, how many people are in the kingdom? Well, one, that's
right.
The kingdom over there. All of Dwarven kind.
Oh, that's good. That's
Lovely.
good. That's. I feel a lot better about that. I feel a lot better now. Yeah, I worried it was from like a tribe or something. It was how many was it? Did anyone keep count?
I mean, I'm sure you could probably count if you really want to take the time, but that's.
Oh no, I was talking about the number of people we killed on the way here.
Right.
I was worried that we kind of screwed him over by doing that, but it looks like it's fine. It looks like they'll be fine. I feel a lot better about that.
Mm-hmm.
Would the oil be able to sit safely in a quill ink bottle, or should I procure something better?
Oh, it's highly volatile.
Oh, do you have anything I can carry said oil in?
Yeah, I mean, sure, but this is your task. You want to be my apprentice? I can't make it easy for you.
We'll figure something out. We'll get something.
Understood.
Does it have to now? Talk in terms. Is there a form? Since it's oil, I'd highly doubt it. But is there a form of which that it is solid that we could bring it and more stable?
I mean, I prefer it directly from the source, which would be liquid.
Right. Okay. Fine. How unstable we talking? Like you shake it, blows up, or like just a little bit of fire? Doesn't need a spark.
What if you just stare at it funny? Like, when you just kind of look at it and it's like, kablooey! I had an ex like that one time.
Yeah, like if you blow on it, does it like does it start like eating away at things? Like how volatile are we talking?
He looks at Astrid, who's I'm imagining is still at the table, like right there,
Mm-hmm.
and he says, "Yeah, that distraction sounded really nice right now." But he does answer the question of Ezekiel, and says, well, if you stare at it, it'll be fine. We have to stare at it to work with it. I wouldn't shake it. In terms of gameplay, it would be like, I don't know. I'm gonna say it'd be like a. When do you get Fireball? Level 3?
Yeah.
Or yeah, it starts as a 3rd level spell. It'll be like an upcasted like 6th level Fireball.
Oh my god.
I want that.
Ooh. Okay, Astrid, when you get a hold of that, you are staying 40 feet back.
It's
So
good for
I am not going to get a hold of it for starters.
It makes
Whatever.
great
I don't want to be an
tools.
apprentice.
Use that oil to sharpen all your tools. You'll make the best swords in the land. Now, you might blow up once or twice, but hey, that's all about the learning experience.
I mean,
It's worth it.
how many times does it take to kill you? Twice.
Let's find out. I mean, I don't know.
Why do you say things like that sometimes?
What? Like what?
Why do you say things the way you do sometimes? Like you're why you always
I
like
say a
vaguely
lot of
threatening.
things.
But they're always like vaguely threatening. You're always like
No.
a veil.
I need to keep my hand
Do you
in
think it makes you
for
sound
being
mysterious?
intimidating.
Eitri,
Oh no, I'm an open book. I'm an
Eitri
open book.
interrupts the conversation.
You married the guy lying.
He
Yeah, and I told you that I did.
The conversation, and he has like his hand on his like chin, and is just like resting his elbow on his table, and says, "So how did you guys live this long?" Just like interrupting the conversation, like very sarcastically, like, "How in the world did this live this long since we last met?"
Tobias looks up and says, "I don't know."
Speaking of living long, you got any healing potions on you?
Why you need?
Always.
Always.
Yes.
Well, that's just a
Did we
wonderful
agree on
sign.
something?
It's prudence.
Let me see what I have. And he turns around and begins rummaging through some stuff. And
So while he's rummaging, Astrid sidles over to Tobias. I feel like it is very important for you to be holding on to that medallion.
I can do that.
All right. So, the sooner the better.
how is Ezekiel wearing it again? He has it like wrapped around his like wrist.
It's wrapped around my forearm because like ain't no way in hell I'm wearing it.
All right, so you have it like in like an armband.
Yeah, pretty much.
Okay.
Tobias has been kind of listening to the conversation while he was putting on his armor, but it seems very clear that no one wants to be the main target while the medallion's around. So Tobias is gonna walk over to Ezekiel and ask, "Do you want to bear the brunt of otherworldly aggressions?"
I mean, it depends on the otherworldly possessions we're talking about. If it's a soup ladle, maybe. If it's
I apologize. Not possessions, otherworldly aggressions.
Aggression. Sorry. I'm still a little delirious from the blood loss, you see. Aggressions. Now, see, that is a different term.
Yes, it is.
In a word, absolutely not. No.
I will take that from you if you so wish.
Oh, you mean this thing? And I'll hold up the medallion and kind of shake it around. Are you sure it's a good idea that we have it? I was gonna like sneak it into Cinder's like workshop or something. He takes the whole damn thing with him. I doubt he knows about every nook and cranny in here.
Well, I know that this medallion has power, and while I don't seek to abuse that, with great power comes
Right,
an
responsibility.
opportunity for it. Yeah, I wasn't gonna rip that off, but
Let's rip everything off. Copyrights for crooks.
it's possible that we can do good.
I mean, if you want to do good, that's fine. But you gotta make me a deal. All right, you gotta do something for me.
What is this deal, Ezekiel?
The deal is, if we are ever in any kind of situation where aggression is coming towards us, you gotta jump on the oil. You know what I mean? You gotta be the one to like flash this thing, and be ready to jump on the grenade. You know what I mean? You know what a grenade is? That's right. Also, you do also have to work. You do have to also walk with Gwen, because she'll be walking 40 feet away from us with that oil, and you should probably walk with her.
I don't find these terms unreasonable.
All right, sick. Here you go. I'll struggle with getting it off my forearm.
As you take it off and give it to Tobias is when Eitri gets back and places 4 healing potions on the table. And says, I believe these were asked for?
Oh, hell yeah. All right, cool. Who wants what? I'm taking one. Immediately. I'm gonna have one on me. Did we take a short rest by any means possibly?
You have not when you arrived. You did get a
Okay.
long rest before coming here.
Yeah, but that was before we got absolutely throttled by 40 men in the snow.
Mm-hmm.
Could this chat have counted as a short rest?
Yeah, I'll allow it.
Oh, fucking thank God. Oh my fucking Christ.
Wait, do I have 1 hit point?
No.
That's what it says on my character sheet.
Jeez.
I am going to real quick sing a little song about a famous pool in Asgard where you can go and be rested. And so everybody, if you're spending 1 or more hit dice, you get an extra. Let me see. Let me roll the d8.
Sounds like Margarita.
You get an extra 5.
Are you just singing Margaritaville?
Yeah, pretty much.
Tobias takes a seat next to. Actually, are we doing like a proper rest where like we're sitting around while you're telling the story?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Okay,
and
so-
even Eitri,
Oh,
I'm
well,
imagining
why
you
not?
guys are just
All
like
right.
sat at the edge of his table. He's even there, like his elbow on his chin, like listening in.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Tobias would take a seat next to Gwen and kind of whisper so as to not like detract from your story. I know you're quite a admirer of books. What brought about this need to blacksmith?
Well, a couple things, really. The first one being you read about things being built and what amazing stuff can come from them, and want to see if I can do that too. But additionally, I want to contribute to being able to make everybody else safe as well. I can do some really neat magic stuff, but I really don't have any way to effectively help our team in battle, and I feel like maybe I can donate some of that with my own personal spare time and tinkering with a few things. Maybe I can make stuff a little better.
That's admirable, but don't downplay the vital role you've successfully enveloped within this party. I don't think anyone would accuse you of slacking or any variation thereof. The the flock is safe from the wolves if the wolves are all on fire. But if you want to help build the fence, I will help you build the fence.
I appreciate that, and I don't underplay my own skills, but I do know that there's more that I can do to help, and I really feel like this is a way to do it.
All right. Well, until you feel satisfied that you're protecting us well enough, I suppose I'll continue protecting you as well.
I appreciate that, but with the way it seems, and she'll like give the armor that he's now wearing like a little pat, you're protecting me from additional sources of anger again. And this one travels with us all the time.
It's fine. It's just a tickle.
Just be careful that the aggressive tickle doesn't turn into a pinch or a punch.
It's not usually how tickles work, Gwen. You're supposed to be the smart one.
I suppose, but I'm also not ignorant enough to ignore the fact that you have my very dangerous and very vengeful brother in your armor.
And something's pulling towards his soul.
And something seems to be tugging at his soul.
Yes, well, I believe Astrid is reaching the conclusion of her story. Let's get ready to go.
And that's all because they went skinny dipping. The end. There will be a quiz.
Gwen's face just drops and shit.
I'm kidding.
The entire time, Gudrun's left the circle and been talking to Eitri about armors.
Interrupting my story.
Yeah.
Rude.
But
I think you don't get the 5 points if you don't listen. Just saying.
He has studded leather breastplate, chain, and full plate. If you were using standard prices, you get studded leather, you can get the chainmail. You're 100 off from the breastplate, and you're nowhere near to afford the full plate.
How far off are you?
Is Astrid gonna pitch in for Gudrun armor? Whoa.
Shut up.
Oh god, she's sick. Her hair is green. Her cheeks
Yeah,
are
I
green.
am. Very.
She's so bad.
Just watches me out so bad. I hate it. Does it make me look jaundiced?
No, you look beautiful.
Oh, okay.
You're like, oh, thank God.
Gudrun, what is it that you want to buy?
Gudrun is there. I see they are muted in Discord.
Hmm.
Oh, I been saying things. I didn't realize I was muted.
That's great.
You've been typing, so I thought this was by design.
Me too.
Oh, I mean, like, I've been mostly typing, but, like, for the past couple minutes, I've been talking. And I was just like,
Okay.
oh, okay.
What is it that you wish to buy?
Are we talking normal prices where chainmail is 75 gold pieces? Because I can afford that. Is that what you mean by chain, or do you mean chain?
Yeah, chainmail.
Shirt. Chainmail?
Yeah.
I mean, I'll just buy the chainmail, I think, for now.
All
I mean, I'll take 75 gold from Astrid if she wants to pitch in, but, you know. I
No,
don't
if you can
think-
afford it, you buy it.
That's sort of what I figured.
My God.
That still brings up my AC 3 from what it was before. So I am happy with that trade-off.
So you pay 75, and you get chainmail.
Woo!
Is everyone else good?
Did anyone buy one of the 4 potions?
I bought all of them.
Yeah,
okay.
you bought
And
all the
so
one?
who is not holding one right now?
I'm not.
Okay, take one.
Regular healing potion.
Gwen, how about you?
I have a regular and a greater on me.
Okay. How about you, Tobias?
It looks like I have a 0 under Potion of Healing, so I guess I do.
Okay,
need
take
one.
2.
Okay.
Take 2. How about you, Ezekiel?
Well, I don't have any, but I suppose.
I thought you said you had a superior a little earlier.
Did I? Do I have superior?
Before we were talking about short rests, didn't you say you had something?
No.
Okay.
No.
All right, you take the last one then.
Okay, but if somebody else truly needs it, I could be convinced to give it up because technically I have healing capabilities.
Mm-hmm. I mean, and technically it's mine anyway, so but just take it.
Okay, a little snippy. Okay.
All right, we're set.
Well, good luck in the kingdom. Yeah.
Sindri, you are a master unparalleled, and we are very grateful for all that you've done for us. And Astrid gives a bow.
Gwen will also give a deep bow.
Can I give like a fist bump or a high five?
Yeah, you do it. He starts tearing up, and it's like, oh, it's the nicest anyone's been to me in a while.
I
What about
will
that?
be including you in this saga.
It's right about then that I'll give him a big bear hug.
Okay, you don't gotta be that nice.
Oh, I do though.
The tears immediately stop.
Damn!
Please, I can feel my bones under the armor.
Oh, don't be so. Don't be. Oh, you're giving me too much compliments. I just don't know when I'm gonna see you again.
Someone help! Come off me!
Tobias just nods. All right, I'll let him go.
Ezekiel. Oh, buddy.
Oh, I don't forget to say goodbye to Pocky. Pocky, I'll bring him out. Make sure to look up now. To be polite, look him in the eyes and say goodbye. Okay,
What?
we're working on
Jesus.
this. All right, Idri, you ready?
No.
Pocky will look at him dead in the eyes and is like super silent for a bit, and then it'll just say goodbye.
Ezekiel?
Hmm?
That is the single most terrifying thing I've ever seen, and I wish to never see it again.
What? He's cute. He can do other voices too. Look, could you say goodbye in Idri's voice? And Pocky's mouth will just open up, and the exact thing that Idri said, it just repeats back.
Please,
like
someone,
like a recorder.
Someone get this dwarf a new bird before I have a heart attack. Thank you.
Okay, fine. All right, let's go, Pocky. Goodbye, Idri.
He's just standing there, like white as a ghost.
Tobias kind of whispers to him, if you create armor for the bird, maybe it won't wind up so spooky. Yeah, I'll use that euphemism.
He
Just a
looks at
thought.
you and he says, "If I get my hands on that quote unquote bird, there's not gonna be a bird left."
I'm in the
whatever
background
it
feeding
is."
it. I'm in the background of this
That's for the
conversation
next
feeding it a
bird,
rock.
Yudri.
All right,
I
well,
love this plan.
good luck at the kingdom. He kind of looks at Astrid and says, "Can I just get you over here real quick?" And he walks to the other side of his little tent.
Of course. Yes.
You seem to be the one who's best at talking.
Mm,
When you're in there, if you happen to see my brother, I would greatly owe it to you if you can get him out and convince him to come back working with me.
is he being held captive?
Well, probably. Fafnir isn't the kindest king, and, he hasn't left since we got into a pretty big fight. I decided to leave. He wanted to stay. I said, "No, everything's gonna go bad." He said, "Oh, no, nothing can go bad. We should be here. We're dwarves. This is where we belong." Then everything went bad.
Oh, so that seems to be like a two-part problem. I assume, tell me if I'm wrong, I assume that you would, if he is in distress, that you would like us to try to get him out of there regardless of whether he's going to come back and work with you?
Yes, and if not, if you could just convince him that, it's not great to be there these days. He's a rather stubborn, thick-headed, and, Sindri starts listing off, think of an insult. He's saying it under his breath in Dwarvish.
I can see that you're very close.
Yeah, so if you could just convince him to come back and work with me, and the brother dwarves could be back together again. We were most famous when we
Right.
worked together, and I'd rather not see him under the grubby hands of that king.
Well, I certainly do know that you were both incredibly famous, although I have to say you seem to be doing fairly well on your own in regards to that. I can't make any promises, but I will tell you that I will try.
That is good enough for me, thank you.
Do you have any insight as to what might move him? Is he motivated by fame? Is he motivated by greed? Joy in crafting? Any of those things?
Well, he does take joy in his work, and he's a rather crude old bastard. So maybe just the sight of you would cheer him up.
I was just going to ask if flattery would help.
It's quite possible. You'll know him when you see him. He's rather blue.
Blue, all right. I was just going to say that when people say you'll know him when you see him, that is so often not the case, but blue helps.
Oh, no, yeah, his skin is blue.
All right. What was his name again? Sorry, I'm not actually asking Sindri that. That's Pepper asking.
Brock or Brooker.
Thank you. Okay, well, are you going to be here for a while? Does he know how to get to you if you move somewhere else? Is there like some brotherly radar or a ping that goes out?
If I'm not here, he should know. We have
All
our
right.
various spots.
All right. As I said, I will not promise anything. I have gotten over that kind of hubris, but I will try. You have, as I said, done a great deal for us, and so if we manage to do this, I don't think you owe us anything.
Well, that is nice to hear, but I am a dwarf for my word. I just have one question before you go.
Yes.
Is Ezekiel just being a crazy old man that he is, or did I hear correctly that marriage to the god of lies? It's
Yeah.
fine.
Yeah. It's a whole thing. It doesn't mean that I'm on his side, even a little
Huh.
bit.
Well, extra luck to you then.
Thank you. I appreciate that. And if there was a way you could make that tangible, I would take it.
Well, you still got that stone, right?
Yes, that stone, absolutely. Still have it.
He gave you a
Totally
stone.
know what you're talking about.
He gave you a stone in Helheim that allows you to speak with him and teleport back to his workshop.
Oh, right. Yes, absolutely have the stone.
Alright, good. And he kind of says to the whole group, well, if anything goes wrong, don't let this one die. She's your best bet to get out. If everything goes right, hopefully we never have to worry about that medallion again. Also, if everything goes wrong, that means you've met Fafnir, and really, I would start praying to whatever god that you worship.
You know, they're all kind of being dicks right now, but yeah, you're right.
Well, between the two of us, well, between all of us, they're all kind of dicks. We made a hammer for the biggest of them.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, don't lose the medallion. Don't lose it to the elves. If you have to give it to the dwarves, at least get something out of it.
Good advice.
Alright. Good luck now. Goodbye. Don't die. Bring back that
Thank
oil.
you.
And off you all walk with the sound of his hammering fading into the background, leaving your group in the darkness once more as you walk towards the site of lava, with likely Ezekiel leading the way because he can see the kingdom.
Now we're gonna go towards the giant kingdom carved into the mountain. Can anybody see it yet? Tell me when you can see it. How about now?
Suddenly it's commercial. How about now? How about
It's only
now?
been 25 feet since you'd last checked in, Ezekiel. Give us
How
a
do you
little.
know that? You can't see.
We can count the steps.
Yeah, I think we have like a fairly good internal sense of distance. Not saying like perfect, but like.
Well, that makes 4 of us. Anyway.
As you guys walk, are you like just openly walking in the direction you're pointed? Or are you trying to like be stealthy?
Should we try to be stealthy?
I honestly don't remember why we're going there, or why we were before the whole oil thing.
Well,
If we're being stealthy, then there's a good chance that you're the only one out of all of us that would be able to see, so we'd be like a stealthy chain of people.
right. Yeah, you know what? Let's try it. Let's try it. We probably shouldn't sneak all the way up because I feel like these people are going to be a little little skittish around people that they catch just sneaking on up. We got the waffle eyes with us. This should be fine.
Alright, well, if you're gonna sneak, roll me some stealths.
Yay!
Okay, yeah. We'll sneak up to a point, just kind of scope things out, and then
Oh, shit. Okay.
we're probably gonna end up.
disappears.
That
We're probably
was
gonna just end up. Where did she go?
That was a
Good-
sleight
good
of hand, Gwyn.
Gudrid, you can't see. Why you?
God
where
damn
are
it.
you? I need to know
It's
where
still
you
a 0.
are.
Oops, sorry, forgot to reset that. Oh, damn it.
Hey! Heyo!
So
Damn it.
15, 19, 12, 27, 15, and 18. Okay, you guys are walking some, sharp rocks jutting between the landscape as you walk. You can hear the sound of flittering wings nearby as you guys hide behind a pair of rocks, and you can see a war party of these darker skinned elves in full armor, wings on their back fluttering. These almost picture the spear that Loki has in the Avengers. They're all holding one of those, and they are chittering to each other, almost like bugs. As they look around, survey the area, and you see maybe, or at least Ezekiel could see maybe 50 feet, 60 feet off to the west of you, they fly into a hole in the ground and disappear.
Oh, that's not good.
Similar to one of these.
Are we supposed to be seeing something?
No. Do you guys not see a map?
You
Are
pinged
talking about the
a
holes?
spot.
Are you talking
The
about
Okay.
hole, okay.
I was expecting an illustration.
Yeah, no.
Me too.
Same.
I'm like, yeah.
Okay.
No, similar to one of these down here.
So,
Okay.
I guess
See, similar to one of these, I thought it would be like a picture of the thingy.
Yeah.
Okay, so
We all went there.
I guess did everybody get that? Everybody understand that? Everybody get what I was putting down there?
No.
Okay. They scouted around and flew into a hole ahead of us. Now, I think this opens up an opportunity for us if we don't want to try and full on go through the front door. If we want to really try and espionage this, we can try sneaking in through a hole. I'm assuming this leads to their town.
Or it could just be the nest of those things.
Could also be that. That is entirely feasible.
So we haven't really gamed out this we've talked about the dwarves, what we may or may not tell them, and the medallion. Astrid is kind of addressing everybody. We have not really gamed out. Okay, fine. Keep walking for a little bit.
You're just looking the wrong way. You just turn.
I can see you. You're right next to me.
I can't tell how much you can see.
Yeah. Okay. So listen, we have not gamed out how we're going to approach Fafnir. Are we going to come as envoys? Are we going to try to sneak it off of him? And I think that's a terrible idea. What are we going to do here?
We got a medallion.
Honestly, I was kind of thinking the same thing. We could trade the medallion for what we need to give back to Odin.
We want to give Fafnir.
Yeah, wasn't that one of the
thing
people
that's going to bring the elves down here and destroy everything?
Okay. It was an idea in the list of ideas. How about we pitch some other ideas, okay? It doesn't have to be high on the list.
Well, isn't he the king of the dwarves, and wouldn't he prefer, self-appointed king of the dwarves, and wouldn't he prefer to have the one thing that could bring their mortal enemies to his realm to take it over in his possession?
That's a good point.
Yeah,
That's a very good
and
point, Gwyn.
and I'm recalling actually that Idris said that if we did hand it over, that we get something in return.
Well, that would be the goal. But yes.
We can also get the oil. We can try and like negotiate the oil off him too. Hopefully in a container that's of safe keeping.
Yeah, there's a number of things that we can
Maybe like a
barter over.
maybe
So
like a stick.
what if we march in proudly and ask to see him because we have something he'll be very interested in that will help defend his kingdom?
I think that's a good idea. I think that you need to do the talking, Astrid. I think it needs to stay on Tobias because he's going to be able to defend it the best.
Agreed?
And I think if you can take charge on getting us in there and getting us to him, I think we can all act as your respective bodyguards through the transportation.
You've always been very good at being my entourage, I have to say. And I was going to change out of this goddamn green finery, but maybe I should leave it all on.
I would not boast that we come from the gods.
I mean, that's a good point, but, you know, it is pretty nice stuff.
And
The
also
Dwarven Guard did beseech Odin for assistance. It's clear that they're not a godless people.
who really wants to kill the wife of Loki? Like I wanna
I'm probably a lot of people, to be honest.
So I'm not against that idea. Don't get me wrong. What I am concerned about is the dwarves as a community asked for help, but I don't think their leader did. Correct me if I'm wrong, and I want to be wrong in this scenario, but I don't think the leader was the one that asked for help in this scenario. So running with any of the gods' names, be it Mimir, Odin, or Loki, could end up putting us in a far worse situation than if we, as Midgardians, made the venture down here specifically to give them this item.
Pi, can you speak to that? Because I'm looking at my notes and I don't.
Sure, I can speak to many things. What am I speaking to again?
Who was it that asked for help? Was it the dwarves or Fafnir?
One of the dying soldiers. And from
Okay.
previous learnings that Fafnir has been ruling with quite the iron hand.
Okay.
Some could say claw.
So there's an outside chance that they want to get out from under that claw. Astrid just kind of posits that to the group.
Tobias raises an eyebrow. This is sounding a bit more up our alley, I think. Perhaps we can gain some support.
You know, I wish we had asked if there is trade that goes on between the dwarves here and any other realm, and Fafnir and any other realm. Surely there must be, right?
Probably so, but I doubt trade that would go directly to him. I would assume, based off their desire for assistance, any trade would probably be done as far under the nose from him as possible just to keep the society up and running.
Because if we
Greedy
think
enough.
if we think there's an outside chance that they want out from under his rule, it would be good if we could go in and reconnoiter. And I'm just trying to think of a way to do that.
Are you guys still hiding behind these rocks, or have you kept going towards the kingdom?
I would say we're probably hiding.
Yeah, I think I would have stopped everybody for this discussion because it's pretty key.
Okay, so you're still behind the rock where you saw the elves.
Where we saw what?
The elves. ELVES.
Wait, we saw elves?
Ezekiel did.
Those were elves?
You described them like fairies.
They sounded like bugs.
Yeah, those were the dark elves.
Oh my god.
Oh,
Wait,
dear.
they're fairies in this realm? What? They can fly and shit? Oh god, fuck. We need to leave.
Darkish skin, beating wings, and we're speaking in chitness-like tones and held.
I truly thought they were just bugs.
Nope.
I thought they were fairies.
I guess
Didn't y'all know?
I
Didn't
guess
y'all
I
know
probably
that?
should have gotten better at that. No, they were the dark elves.
Oh shit, we need to leave.
Yeah, we do.
We need to go.
Did y'all think I was just calling them bugs because I didn't like them? No, they're fucking bugs. They're bugs. They're grubs. They're fucking vermin. I'm not being tolerant here. They are fucking vermin.
And they had like darkish, like purplish hued armor on as well. I
Horrific.
That.
I heard one of them ate a dog just midair. Fucked up.
All right, so let's go, but let's think about this before we get too close. This is not the time for us to go charging in willy-nilly.
All right, well, Gwen, if you feel the inclination to drop or fall with whatever oil we're carrying on the way over, fall into one of those, and I'll point at the hole.
No, good to know. Maybe I'll collect 2 vials and make a passing drop as we go.
Awesome.
As you guys begin walking, maybe with some pep in your step, I would ask for a Constitution saving throw, but you all have clothing. If you're all still wearing the godly clothing, that is.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, if anyone was gonna just strip down, it would be Gudrun, but no.
I mean, do I have to wear the underwear? Or?
Because as you approach, you begin to feel a wave of immense heat. You begin passing lava with lava pools, and just humidity attacks you. As I'm going to bring you to a map. It does not mean you are exactly where you are. I just want to show you what you are walking into, or will be walking into eventually. You see a bridge far ahead of you, surrounded by a moat of lava, with various dwarves and Durgar on the other side working. You see like guard stands that have guards within them watching the bridge. You are down here. You are not exactly there, but I just want to show you what is approaching.
Brock? Are you Brock? Are you Brock? Look at all of you.
We're looking for blue.
Look at all of you blue. Oh, literally to the right, there's 2 blue. There's a blue across from us.
Which one of y'all's blue?
Are you colorblind?
Ask people why they're blue.
Are you colorblind?
But you guys are not on this end of the bridge yet. I just want to show you what's
fucking
approaching.
not, because I'm just screaming, "Are you blue?"
I'm blue, da-da-dee-da-da-da.
But yeah, this is what you're approaching, and all of you can see this, even from the bridge is maybe like, it is a gigantic bridge into this cavern, into this mountain. Maybe, I don't know, just think of a big bridge. I'm not going to give feet to it. Just think bridge, and then put big before it, for a big bridge.
Got it.
That is a big
Smart,
bridge.
right?
Boy, that is a big bridge. Check it out.
Wow.
And
Wild.
even from the other side of the
Could've used
bridge,
more lateral support,
you can see all of this. The lava is bright enough that you are able to see, like, it is the first light, other than the spells, that you are able to see within this realm, as it overtakes and just shines a light on everything.
Well, they don't have expansion joints.
What music do I want here? We'll put this back on. Yeah, technically Nidavellir is on the other side of the bridge. You guys were in the realm of the Dark Elves.
Okay,
Arch-
so on the other end,
Archbridge is a
then
choice.
those elements are what I need to take into consideration. Then, okay, got it. Cool.
Wonder what they use for the load factors.
So, you guys are on the other side of the bridge, but you can see all these dwarves gathered. If you would like to do anything, if you guys want to take a knee and be like, "Hey, what do we do here?" Or if you guys just go running across the bridge and be like, "Hey, which one of you is
No.
blue?"
No, that's exactly what I didn't want to do.
Blue, holding up a
That
sign.
doesn't mean that
Welcome
somebody
home,
doesn't,
Blue.
but
Speak
Be
blue
like a-
and enter.
be like a telegraph person in like the old movies, just walking through the lobby going, message, message,
You said
message for Blue,
You sent
message
Pocky
for
over.
Brock.
You sent Pocky over with a little letter.
Yeah. Message
Oh,
for
even better,
Brock.
I'll just have him go over and go, Brock.
Oh my god.
Brock.
That's so terrifying.
A demon! A demon's in our village! The elves have sent a demon! Yeah, let's not do that.
I don't know. I
The
kind of want
this
to.
conversation's happening in character, by the way.
Now.
That's fair. Tobias kind of he remembers knowing that the dwarves are being ruled by a tyrant. What are the chances that that dying warrior meant that this medallion was their only shot at freeing themselves from the tyrant?
That's what I was getting at a little bit. Yeah,
Oh, okay.
that's what I was trying to say.
Okay, well, I mean, I'm glad I arrived at the same place you
Yeah,
did.
no,
I am in the
it's-
same boat you are now.
Right. Mm-hmm.
I think we should walk across, and I think the move here is to not go straight to Fafnir, but
Mm-hmm.
to an authority figure within the dwarves.
I have an idea about that.
All right, I'll recast guidance because it probably expired by now. But
Oh, yeah.
there you go.
Oh yes,
Yeah,
100%.
yeah.
All right, I'll trust your lead, Astrid.
Okay. What I'm going to try to do, just so that none of you are in the dark, so to speak, is try to ask around for whoever's kind of the leader, because I am working on a epic about the history of the Dvergar, and I want to make sure that I do it justice. And so I want to talk to, the respected elders. Does that sound plausible? And actually, now that I think about it, it's not a bad idea. Just in general.
Your subconscious just impressing
Yeah,
you.
Just a
Let me
minute.
pat
Let me
myself
just
on the back.
let me just write this down real quick so I don't
It
forget it.
sounds plausible enough.
Yeah.
If there's any amount of trade, then bards traveling in and out shouldn't be an implausibility.
Right.
I also might have a few contacts here.
Oh, really?
Maybe
Such as?
a few. I don't reveal all my sources. I could be mysterious.
Well- This is maybe a good time to do it.
Well, it's Brock.
Oh. All right. Well, that works.
Well, now I need to know, because I'm pretty sure I had you roll something if you were actually bullshitting or if you were telling the truth the last time, and if anyone can help me remember what it was. I don't remember if I had a D100 or if I asked you for like a charisma related thing.
I'm pretty sure I actually have. Like, I don't know if I have no idea if I've actually seen Brock, but I've definitely been here if I remember the role correctly.
You've definitely. I mean, all dwarves are from Nidavellir. You've definitely been in Nidavellir before. Now, have you met the Master Brother Craftsman?
Wait. The last time you made him do a roll for something like this, I think he rolled a D100. D100 and you gave him high or low.
Oh, yeah, I rolled it. Okay.
Yeah, if you wanted to give him more of a leeway, I would give him like an extra percentage to put on one end or the other because he did work with Sindri, so there's a good chance that he may know a little bit more
Yeah,
or have a better opportunity of knowing
I will-
information
I will-
about him.
That's a good point.
Here's my
I'll say
question.
Yeah.
Just before you say anything, here's my simple question.
Yes.
And I think this is a good way to figure out Ezekiel from now until the future.
Of course.
How much do you think he's bullshitting?
Oh, okay. So here's the thing. My thing is Ezekiel's been around, and he's thinking of surely I must have met him at some point.
Okay, so
Whether or not I actually have.
I'm gonna roll a D100.
Okay.
You've been around so much, it's all blurry.
It has to have happened. It must have.
God, it's like growing up and thinking back on your childhood.
Right.
You've spent some time with Sindri.
Being on tour.
So I will give you. You can ask for higher or lower, and your time with Sindri will either give you, if you want higher, I'll give you a +10. If you want lower, you'll get a -10.
Okay.
Can I assist by saying, well, remember, he's blue.
No. So do you want higher?
Thanks. I
Or
almost
do you
forgot.
want lower?
I'll go lower. Let's
Okay.
go lower this time.
Okay, it was to GM. You got lower than a 50. So, somewhere in there, you may have met him. Whether it was in passing, you met him down a hallway and you said hello and he said nothing back, or you met him in the lunchroom. You've at most been in the same location as Brock.
So easy.
So he's been in this city.
Yeah, so you know of him. You've met him. You're not best friends with him.
I mean, well, pals. I mean, Brock.
But again, it's Ezekiel, so bullshit as much as you want.
Oh yeah. Okay. Well, so if I remember correctly, there's a real good. Do you know what Dwarven shawarma is? There is an absolutely phenomenal Dwarven shawarma place around near the end, like in the city of ways. We go to the Rock District. Real colorful name I know. There is a banging shawarma place. I'm sure he has to go there at some point, or he's in the near vicinity, if I remember correctly.
Ezekiel, we canonically do not know what an eagle is. I don't know what a grenade is, and I don't know what a shawarma is.
Okay, shawarma is a kind of food. They do shawarma with various meats. Usually it's kind of lamb or goat. They also do
I
both
kind of
shawarma
pat him
here.
on the shoulder and let him start leading the way.
Okay.
So Astrid, is walking sort of in the center of the group and has, fluffed out her hair and put some lipstick on.
And you're just walking the very big bridge.
Yeah, let's do it. Let's do it.
Yep, I'll follow behind her.
Okay, who is all walking the bridge? Is everyone?
Yes.
Yep.
Gudrun?
My shield is drawn, but my weapon is not.
Is Gudrun walking the bridge?
Oh yeah, Gudrun's not gonna just stay behind awkwardly.
Okay. So you all begin walking the bridge. As you get closer, you do begin hearing shouts of alarm, and as you get closer to the other side, there's a a party waiting for you who are shouting, halt, stop where you're going.
Okay,
except,
hey.
in Dwarvish.
Yep,
Hold my hands
stopping.
up okay, hey,
I'm gonna step forward, just
we're friendly.
right in front of the group, and give a very, very beautiful, courtly curtsy, and say, Oh, what a magnificent welcome to your tremendous society.
We're gonna die.
Fuck you, man.
And you realized you speak Dwarvish, right?
Yeah. I did realize that.
Okay.
You need to put some more gruff in it. You sound way too clean, way too proper.
It's like you learned all of your dwarf from a book.
Yes.
You sound
Pardon
like a
my
gringo.
pardon my clumsy attempts to speak your beautiful language.
They have their spears and swords at the ready, and
Mhm.
they are pointed towards you.
Sure. No
Um,
problem. I am cool as a cucumber. I don't know what a cucumber is, but I am cool as one.
It's a kind of veggie.
Okay.
Very good.
Right.
Not put in soup.
Do you eat it with shawarma?
You can actually.
Oh, okay.
Okay, here's a very important question. Is Tobias
Yes.
openly wearing the amulet?
Oh God.
Hell, he should fucking better not.
No,
be.
I have my wolf's eye medallion currently
Okay, so
adorned.
you've pocketed the amulet.
Yes.
Okay. That would have been different if you were openly wearing. The reaction would have been different if you were openly wearing it. But their reaction, I'm trying to figure out. I think their reaction is still of hostility.
Alright, that's fine.
They do not know you, despite seeing a dwarf in your group. I think their reaction would be one of, immediate. Who are you? Why are you here?
Sure.
Hey, dwarf, are they keeping you hostage?
Oh, hey, no, these are my friends. These are my compadres. These are my parte, if you will. Hello. Sorry for the intrusion. Sorry for the shock. I understand tense times down here. Just coming home, making a visit, bringing gifts.
Okay. Then one of the soldiers kind of steps up and in Dwarvish says to you, Ezekiel, you may pass and pay your tithes to the king. The rest of you stay here and answer our questions.
Well, if I may, plead for their case. I understand, and I too understand. I want to point out your hesitancy to trust, and if you must ask your questions, by all means. But I prefer to stick with my friends, my compadres, if you will, for the time being. And we would like to go as a group if we may. But I must insist that these are good people. They have saved me from many a hard time, and we have been traveling together for well long enough time that I trust them with my life.
All right. Well,
and my bird's life.
Well, unfortunately,
Tobias nudges Astrid. Give this fool an inspiration before we get jailed.
Unfortunately,
Yeah.
Ezekiel's giving me a persuasion.
Right.
Okay. No, I will, in fact, if I can, toss him a bardic.
Sure.
And the way that I'm going to do it is I'm still looking around, just very, very impressed. And I'm trying to think fast. And I translate just real quick from common to Dwarven, some part of one of the really famous sagas that talks about the incredible sort of, stateliness of this place and how its fortifications are magnificent, blah, blah, blah. So I'm just I say to my friends, you remember the famous lines, blah, 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 blah.
And your inspiration dice is?
Oh, I believe I'm a D8, but let me just make sure.
And you were saying, Ezekiel?
Yeah, D8.
So, I am not proficient in persuasion, but I will use my channel divinity to make me proficient in persuasion for the time being.
Okay.
Nice.
So you'll have persuasion, you'll have proficiency, and a D8.
All right. And a D8, right?
And a D8.
Okay.
Thank you, Tobias.
Well, the D8's not gonna help that.
Jesus.
Very unfortunate. I really hate to tell you, but I think I've cursed you because while we were having this conversation and Ashford was saying, you know, how to give you D8, in my head I was thinking, get a nat 1, get a nat 1, get a nat 1, get a nat 1.
Yeah, you.
Oh wait, I have
You do
luck
have
points.
luck points. Let me go back and read the luck points. Okay, PC with luck points. If you have 4 luck points, you can spend 2 luck points. Let me read here. Alternately, immediately after you make an attack roll, ability check, or a save, you can spend 3 luck points to re-roll a d20.
I swear to
Boom.
God.
Ooh.
I am out of character
Do
right
it.
now. I swear to God, if I roll another nat 1, I am going.
We will all just die.
I'm going to go
just in
ape.
real
I
life.
just want you to know.
Yeah.
You're gonna hear. You're gonna hear the most
okay.
monkey sounds you've ever heard in the
So-
background.
so
if I
I
roll
can-
another nat 1.
So here's the thing.
Velvet, you got this.
Well, I want to ask you guys a question. Obviously, you're not going to vote for me being mean, but I can choose
Says
to
you.
be. I can choose to be mean and enforce what the rule says with luck points, or I can be nice. Because unfortunately, I've declared the nat 1 fails, and by luck points, that is, I've declared it after. You would have to say, hey, I'm going to re-roll it before I declare, so I can choose to be mean and enforce that.
I will say, I was freaking out, so I didn't have a lot of time to think
You
about
were.
the fact that I
So,
have 5 luck points.
That is fair. So, I'll be honest here. I will leave it to you, Velvet. I will leave it to Ezekiel. Whether you want to re-roll it or you want to see the consequences of a nat 1 is entirely up to you. Not the group, not myself.
Boy,
Do you want to re-roll?
Not me.
Or do you
Not
want to see the
Hermione.
consequences?
You.
Yes.
boy.
I've
You
seen
know-
Velvet's roles in like a bunch of campaigns and one shots. I think he kind of needs this.
I do kind of need this.
So, entirely,
I do.
like,
I'm going-
let everyone else's voices just drown out.
I
This
know.
is up to you.
I know. I'm telling you right now. Okay. I have the DM curse, where I can't
know
roll
that
good
curse.
to literally save my life. So I'm going to give myself one more chance.
Okay. So
And
spend
if
those
the
3
DM
luck.
If the DM curse is real, it won't matter anyway.
You will spend 3 luck points and re-roll your persuasion. And
How
you
do I
have a D8.
spend these?
I will. You should be able to open and then just drag the exclamation marks onto the
I
map.
can see. Okay.
And you will re-roll your persuasion.
That's not great either.
You have a D8.
You do have a D8.
So a 15. I'm going to do a secret roll. And I'm going to give the dwarves, I'm not even looking at the stats, I'm going to give them a +3 to this roll.
I could have also given myself guidance, but I forgot. But I'm not gonna do it now.
Okay. I have made my roll.
I have soup.
And we will find out the aftermath next session.
Ah, that could be illegal.
Yes.
I mean, technically, you can watch back this session when it's uploaded.
No!
I'd figure it out. Or we can figure out in 2 weeks on session 38 what
I
will
will
happen.
I will say here's how I think these rolls went. The nat 1 sticks as like I'm fumbling through my words, and then as they're looking at me in dead silence for a moment, I'm like, I have soup.
And we will
that's the
see
15.
what their response is to I Have Soup in session 38. For now, thank you all for joining me on this journey to Ragnarok, but I do believe it is time to say goodbye to YouTube.
Bye, YouTube.
Goodbye.
Goodbye, YouTube. Oh my god.
Goodbye, YouTube.
Goodbye, YouTube. As always, good pie and stay sweet. Oh boy, the party is gonna need every luck they can get.